Good Friday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And boy, we can't wait to hear who he hobnobbed with last night. Dale Hellestrace here, everybody.
Good morning, Steven. Took the night off. I figured you had the show covered today, and you got your weekend plans, and you're probably mailing it in today because you're so excited about tomorrow and Sunday.
It made me prepare even more for today.
And
for
tonight, I mean, goodness gracious.
It's going to be a busy weekend, man. I'm ready for it.
How many people will be attending?
Oh, 100-something thousand.
Will there really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a big stadium. Then you got that Rattlesnake Hill where you buy tickets and you can go up on the mountain and watch the race and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a big place, and for non-race fans that's kind of shocking. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't hear a whole lot of.
Dale, you have people that just get an RV space and they don't even go into the race. They just go out there and just hang out in an RV out in the parking lot. They don't even go into any of the race. They don't even go into the racetrack, Dale.
To me, it's like, okay, I know a lot of golf fans who, at least when the Waste Management Open is here, they know it's here.
Yes.
Whether you're a Suns fan, Cardinals fan, Diamondbacks fan, you know when the season's going on.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who I think don't even know this is going on this weekend.
It's also kind of hidden. Like it'll back up on like I-10 and the freeway areas. But unless you're down, because it's down by the mountains in Avondale, like it sucks to get in and out. We get there early enough and we leave late enough. We can avoid a lot of that.
Right.
But it's also in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Kind of. But it will back up around the freeways, more people out that way and stuff like that. But no, it's more of a hidden type sport.
Yeah. And
Here.
where can we watch it if you wanted to watch it?
Last night, the O'Reilly race on Saturday nights on the CW. But Fox has IndyCar and Fox has the Cup Series as well. I'm sorry, NBC has it's Fox right now. Sorry, folks. Fox has IndyCar on Saturday and then the NASCAR Cup Series on Sunday. But then it's the CW. I do not get the CW. I cannot watch. This will be my first live watching of an O'Reilly race this year.
Really?
I do not, because I don't have cable. Their app doesn't show it till the next day. And I can't watch it live, so I have to just monitor it on social media, and then I would usually watch it Sunday morning,
Okay.
While I'm just laying there, I just have it on while I'm cooking eggs.
Cooking
That's right,
eggs.
cook eggs.
Are you a double-handed egg cooker?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing right there. As you can tell, I've never cooked an egg in my life.
I think that's
okay, Dale, I won't lie. When Juan Pierre comes over and cooks me eggs, and I'm just sitting there watching it.
Is that two hands on the steering wheel as you go to McDonald's to pick up breakfast?
Which I did today.
You did McDonald's.
It's gross. Some McDonald's has done something to their food.
Stop.
Dale, it's gross. Their sausage egg McMuffin made me think I had COVID like last week when I stopped there. Chick-fil-A doesn't open till 6, and I get here early now because we do McCollum on business at 7.
Right.
So I can't stop at the Chick-fil-A by the house now. So I'm like, all right, if I don't eat at the house, I go to McDonald's. Last week, I swear to God, like 3 trips over a couple weeks, the sausage egg McMuffin tasted salty as all heck. To the point, remember when everybody was getting COVID and you couldn't taste, and everything tasted weird?
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have COVID right now? Like, why does this taste like this? So like maybe I just have COVID. Maybe I'm just not feeling well.
Right.
It was like 3 separate times. So I switched. This week I went twice. This week I switched to an egg McMuffin. It's great.
No,
it tastes different, Dale.
stop.
It tastes different. It tastes different.
I
They've
like
done
me
something.
McDonald's breakfast every once in a while.
Well, you go and check it out, and you let me know if it tastes different. I'm telling you, there's a different. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm.
It very
dying.
well could be.
Maybe I had a stroke. I don't know. But it's gross. I don't like it. It's gross. Maybe Chick-fil-A ruined me.
Yeah, it could be.
With those chicken breakfast things out there as well. I didn't mean to go off on that tangent, but it just hit me. It's gross. So yeah, so there you go, Dale. Watch some IndyCar tomorrow when you're sitting around doing nothing.
So tell me what you and your son's plan are for this weekend's?
Well, Autumn's joining us as well. She
Okay.
comes and she does work for us as well out there.
Okay.
So tonight we're going to go out there, get our credentials, and just go out there. There's practice, there's qualifying for the O'Reilly Series. So we'll go out there and just kind of watch that, get the lay of the land.
No racing tonight.
Well, it's racing, but it's not racing.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a race. It's
Okay.
stuff leading up to it and stuff to that effect. We'll see if your boy is hanging around the IndyCar. If he is, if not, we'll try it. We'll see if we can meet him up Saturday morning and at least say, oh, you're not around. Oh, no problem. What time should we stop by tomorrow? Type of a deal, and then he'll tell us hopefully, and we'll
Okay.
go from there. And then tomorrow, though, the race starts at 1 for IndyCar. We'll probably get there 8 o'clock, 8:30 or so.
Really?
Yeah. Well, two reasons. One, you got to beat traffic, and our parking, is nice. It's not like the regular parking. Thank goodness.
All right. Okay.
Thank
Excuse
goodness. I don't mean that like disparaging. It just means that we don't have to drive as far through the traffic to get there. But there's still traffic. But no, you got to get there. You got to walk. You got to get to the media center, which is a long walk. But there's a lot of pre-race stuff, right? You can go out on the grid. You can go out on the track. You can walk around a little bit and see all the pre-race stuff. Like there's a lot of things to do before the race.
So
that
there's
you
no
cover and
cars
stuff
on the
like that.
track in the morning, late
Yeah.
morning,
Tomorrow,
warming
no.
up, or
No, not tomorrow.
okay.
I think actually, you know what? I think Cup Series does their practice and qualifying tomorrow morning. So we can see that too. So we'll be there early, and you're there. But then the O'Reilly race, the NASCAR starts at 1, or IndyCar starts at 1. The O'Reilly race doesn't start till 5:30. So we'll probably be there till 9:10 or so. if
Okay,
we
so
stay
the
in
1
race.
o'clock race, what time about will it be over?
About 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3.
And do they feed you in the media room?
Food, drinks, all that stuff. Yeah.
Are we going to hear complaints about that on Monday? Or are you going to just be happy with what you get?
Matt Humphreys of NASCAR does a good job of picking out food.
Okay.
Some of it's gross still that I
Yeah.
wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Ooh.
But it's good. It's probably good for the people that like that stuff. But I'm not a hot dog fan, and I hate when they put the hot dogs out.
What?
I'll eat them because they're free, but I'm not a big fan.
How can you not like a just good old fashioned hot dog?
That's
at
the thing. It's
racetrack?
just a regular hot dog. Like spruce it up a little bit for me.
What?
Make it nice.
It's free.
No, they do a good job. They take care of you.
Okay.
They take care of you. And stuff like that. So it'll be a long day tomorrow, and then we got to drive all the way home, all the way back Sunday morning because the race starts at 12:30. So we got to get back out there and everything like that.
Do you ever
And
think about getting a hotel room
they're so
halfway between?
Yeah, they're so expensive.
But I mean, just halfway in
Yeah.
between?
No, yeah, I probably should.
Or here? Stay here?
Yeah, it's true. Just come here.
And it's about halfway?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. And so it's interesting. We if we get worn down and tired, then the O'Reilly race we don't have to stay for the interviews after that and stuff like that. you know.
Okay.
And then the Cup, you're there pretty much all day again for just one race
That's on Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We'll probably
Big
leave there.
weekend.
I know it's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be cranky on Monday, so be ready for it.
And no distractions whatsoever. The men's basketball tournaments don't start.
No, just there's a numbered UFC fight I'm interested in. So Saturday night, while cars are just going in a circle.
Why has Lou's been on
Yeah.
a tirade on Twitter?
Well, did you see that? And I don't blame him for this. They literally are giving out. I don't have the number in front of me, but the UFC, and this came out after the show yesterday, so I wasn't able to ask, but I know his response. The UFC came out and they're giving dividends to their shareholders,
Yeah.
like billions of dollars worth of dividends.
Yes.
Pay your fighters more, man.
You could knock those dividends down a little bit and increase the prize money.
Yeah. Even if it's $1 million, only $1 million less in dividend that could go to the fighters
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I agree with him on ranting about that. It's just a bad look.
Well, it looked like there's about $150 million, I think was the number that I saw, that they're sharing with their dividend.
The dividend, was that what it was?
Yeah. So how many fights are there in a year? 30?
40, 44, something like that.
So why not give out $100 million and
That's what I mean.
increase the prize money
Yeah.
$1 million a fight?
Yeah, I know. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
But they have no representation.
Yep.
It's a dog eat dog,
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
There-
you won't fight for $5,000? I'll fight for $4,000.
There's a guy that's a respected fighter that a guy dropped out of this fight. He's a respected fighter. He's not the best fighter out there. But it's what he does. He wants to make money and stuff like that. He took the fight late, and he's just like, because you have people willing to do that, you don't have to pay a ton of money.
Right.
My opinion is like to entice somebody to take a fight late, and it's a bad matchup for him. He's going to get destroyed probably. But if you're enticing somebody to take a fight late, and it's a bad matchup for them, they're going to get destroyed in it. Like in my mind, you pay them a little extra to do it. I'm talking about Cody Brundage here. You pay them a little extra to do this. But no, they just go, oh, we'll put you on a future fight card to help you out a little bit later
Yeah.
on. It's like, what? Pay the guy extra to do this, man. But yeah, no, so I agree with Lou on that. It's a disgusting look. That's what's going to do the UFC in at some point. Is somebody, someplace, I don't know who it'll be, is going to put their foot down on how they're abusing these fighters and not paying them.
What's that saying that Mark Cuban came up? Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered.
Yes. And it doesn't even necessarily come down to representation necessarily. I mean, that'll obviously help them, but as well as I do, the second they start going union, that too many independent are. That's the problem with boxing. Too many independent people, Right. And then you got the guys that are like, I don't care, I'll fight for $10,000.
Yeah, I'll undermine you.
Yeah, $10,000 for a 2-week get ready or a 3-week get ready.
Right.
And then fight for one night, $10,000 for a night. Absolutely, I'll do that. You always got those guys, and stuff like that. It's just like, man, but I agree with Lou on that argument. I really do. I actually feel sorry for the fighters a little bit.
Yep.
It's like, ew, it's not good. Because they have expenses on these fights too. If you have to travel, you don't just pay for you have to pay for your team.
Right.
To go with you. You got to stay in the hotel rooms. You got to do all that. And Vegas isn't a cheap place to stay, Dale.
No.
I'm sure there's a UFC rate for the fighters someplace, but it ain't cheap to stay there for 5, 6, 7 people in your fight crew and stuff like that. But yeah, so that UFC is the only thing this weekend that I'm really excited about. Because boy, am I not excited about the Suns.
Got another one tonight, Steve. After that beauty last night.
Robert says, "Are we sure Big Steve's not auditioning to be the McDonald's CEO?" That's true. I'm not auditioning. I'm just bashing the product. That's true. I shouldn't have called it a sandwich. I shouldn't have called it an Egg McMuffin. I should have said, "That's a great product." The McDonald's CEO was touting their new Big Arch sandwich. I don't know if we talked about this yesterday.
No.
And so he puts it together, and he's literally telling you how great this Big Arch sandwich is, Dale. And he has it in front of him, and he takes it, and he goes, this is, and he takes a bite of it. And he, like, nibbles it. Like a small bite. Like you're not sure you're going to like to eat it.
Right.
He nibbles it, and then he takes it away, and he goes, that's a great product. Who refers to their food as a product?
Yeah. Especially the owner.
Yeah, the CEO, he's getting ripped on social media. And it's so great because Wendy's is coming after him. Wendy's created a chief tasting officer job now that you can apply for and do all that stuff.
Really?
The Wendy's CEO made his own burger, and he took this big old bite out of it. Like he wanted that burger and everything. Yeah, just McDonald's CEO. But calling your food product just seemed odd to me. And I get it. A McDonald's CEO is not eating McDonald's, folks.
So will you at least give me a little advance notice if you decide to apply for that tasting?
Oh, if I get it, I'll let you know. I'm not going to tell you I got it, but there'll be signs.
No, there will. You'll put on about 20 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, Nash is making more comments about what I'm missing.
You'll have the sweats on the show.
Yeah. I'm just going, is it hot in here? Big old oversized hoodie on in the middle of summer and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it cracks me up, man. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, something's changed on McDonald's. At least the McDonald's I go to.
Right.
I will say this: when we were in New Mexico, I think I said this on it. We were in New Mexico. It tasted fine and was fine. It's just maybe it's the one I just go to. But Dale, we're gonna have to run an experiment here. If you guys at home have had McDonald's breakfast and it's something you eat, not every day, but you eat something regularly enough that you would notice if there's a change in it. Has McDonald's changed something in their food? I need to know.
On their product.
On their product, yes. On their breakfast sandwiches. I can't speak for anything else because I don't eat at McDonald's otherwise. But yeah, it's just something weird about it, man. I don't know what it is, but it's gross. And maybe it's the fact that I switched to Chick-fil-A.
So you're saying Chick-fil-A might be a better product?
Well, it's healthier for you. I'm not a breaded. I'll put it this way: I'm not a breaded chicken fan. I'm just not. But their breaded chicken for their sandwiches and their breakfast sandwich is just to die for, man.
Listen to Steve.
So good.
Listen to Steve.
You want to know how I got hooked on it too?
Yeah.
Because I never went to Chick-fil-A. I would go and order stuff for the kids, and I refused to eat there. You know what changed me on it?
What's that?
Queen Creek High School, I kid you not, have a Chick-fil-A club.
Okay.
Last November when I went to the Veterans Day, parade that Ethan's in, there with ROTC, they gave the Chick-fil-A club gave the kids free breakfast chicken sandwiches. And Ethan's like, I don't want this. You want it? And I'm like, yeah. So I was like, it's free. I'll try it. Been hooked ever since.
Really?
They put crack in that thing or something. So the Chick-fil-A club at Queen Creek High School.
That's all it took is one,
huh? Dale, we officially have a mugshot now, so it must be true.
Oh, okay.
TMZ reported it, whereas I've seen Fox 10 report it this morning recently. Now TMZ, just a little bit ago, exclusive. Phoenix Suns' Dylan Brooks was arrested for DUI in Scottsdale last night.
Any details?
Not in what I see now. I just see the mugshot.
Is he looking good? Is he looking slick?
He's looking like a Canadian Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. We got to go out and wash away that loss to the Bulls.
That's what I said to you. I go, man, he was just like, we lost to the Bulls last night. I feel like you should arrest the whole team for that loss last night. What can the charge be for that?
Well, so not only that happened last night. I don't know if you saw that. Who's the defensive end? He just slipped my mind for the Cleveland Browns.
Garrett.
Garrett just got his 7th ticket since 2017.
Yeah, but he went like 3 years without getting one for speeding.
So
it's all good now, right?
He was repaired for a little bit.
Yeah, now he's back at it again. Yeah. Did he really get his 7th? Did he get another one?
Yeah.
And this isn't like going 55 and a 30.
No, he was going 90 and in a 65 or 70.
Yeah, and it's all in the Cleveland area.
Yes.
You think you'd learn, right?
I'm sure he starts every conversation with, don't you know who I am? I can sack you.
Do you think Myles Garrett would say that?
Evidently, he thinks he's above the law.
I would never. That would never come out of my mouth. If anything, I'd be like, please don't know who I am. I'd just keep my mouth shut. And if they go, are you Dylan Brooks from the Suns? I'd be like,
between you, Mr. Officer, and yes.
I don't make any comments on that. I'd like to keep this on the down low, please.
Oh, God.
Seriously. Britney Spears got arrested for DUI as well.
Seriously. Come on, Dylan. Take an Uber or a black car or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know if the NBA has this. Like, it's worse to me when an NFL person gets a DUI because they literally have a number that they can call and a car will show up for free in the NFL. I don't know if the NBA has that.
Real quick, let me just clarify. It's not his 7th tickets that's in the league. It's his 9th.
Oh, yes. The facts matter.
9th since 2017, going 94 and a 70.
But like I said, he didn't get one for about 3 years.
Yeah, so he's on the right track.
Well, he learned his lesson for 3 years. Then he went, done with this. Time to move on. Time to get back into this.
And I'm sorry, anytime you make whatever amount of money they're making, and you're going to Old Town as a 30-year-old, why in God's green earth do you not have a designated driver?
Yeah. Why are you even driving now?
Yeah.
You take an Uber there and you take an Uber home.
I mean, I would start with why. What are you doing down there, but I'm not going to get into that.
Well, that's issue number 2. I mean,
But
your team just played. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's what NBA people do, though, Dale. You know that.
Oh,
They go clubbing after
I
games.
understand. But I would say you got a designated driver, whether that's your agent or whether that's or you take an Uber.
Yeah.
Or you hire Steve.
Yeah, I would have gladly. He could have texted me last night, and I would have been like, I'm hobbling my way over there, buddy. My car's charged. Let's go. I do that for anybody, actually, because it's just there's too many choices now to not make this mistake.
Right.
Especially Old Town, man. There's a lot of now, I'm sure, I don't know if it might have got hit late in the night, but there's still people walking around that late at night and stuff like that. There's just no excuse for it. And it's just, I don't know, just disappointing.
Well, maybe he can do all this while his hand's still broken.
Maybe he's, does the NBA suspend guys for stuff like that, like the NFL
I
does?
don't think the NBA is the same as NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But yeah, it's just ridiculous, man.
Just
And
say,
that's the
hey,
thing.
can we expedite this whole process so I can get all this done by the time my hand heals?
Could it be that he's just, free time? Could that
Oh.
just be a simple thing there where he's just like, I have too much free time now?
Athletes
I
and
couldn't
free
play last
time.
night. Yeah.
Athletes and free time equal trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it could it be that? He couldn't play last night. I'm sure he was in the arena. He couldn't play last night. Game got done, and he's like, I got nothing to do till my hand's got to heal. I'm not making excuses, but I mean, is that a legit thing there?
I don't got to play tomorrow night, so I don't need any rest tonight.
Back to back. Got to sit out. Yeah, but that happened this morning. It's just
Mm.
disappointing, isn't it?
Yes.
Dale walked in and told me that. And I was like, he goes, you hear the news this morning? And I was like, what?
Cardinals traded for Josh Allen.
yeah, I wish you would have told me that. I wouldn't even be here right now. I'd be going down and standing outside of Michael Bidwell's office clapping for him.
Everybody, stand
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Stand up.
Why are you guys not standing? Let's go. Best owner in sports. That's what I'd be doing right now.
Wow.
He'd walk out and be like, what's that dude doing here? Get him out of here. I don't care that he's clapping for me. I don't need that. Ah, Lordy. What a morning. What a Friday morning.
Yes. Well, I'm excited for your weekend. I think you're more fired up than you're actually acting on.
I'm weird about this, Dale. If you want to talk about this on air, want to talk about my weird social, but I've done this 1,000 times.
No, you have not done it 1,000 times.
I've done it a lot.
You're only 46. You probably started going the last 20 years.
Well, yeah, okay. But I've done it a lot. But I've been to other races and stuff. I used to travel and go see them and stuff like that. But even then, I do this with the Rattlers because we cover the Rattlers here and stuff. I do this with, if I go to a Suns game. I do this with, I used to do it with hockey when I'd go cover hockey and stuff. I just get this weird, like, not that I don't belong, but I just get this weird, like, oh, I got to go deal with this. And like, I don't know if it's a nervousness or what, where it's just like, it's just this thing I go through where I'm almost like, I should just stay home.
Well, I've already greased the trails for you and your boy.
Well, that's probably made it worse. You don't even know his name, Santino. That's probably made it worse because now I feel like I'm expected to go see him.
You should have seen him spelling his name in Mastros. It was loud, and he's looking over my shoulder, and I'm misspelling it.
You just blame the alcohol?
Yeah. I just got there.
I've been drinking. Oh, did you? Oh.
Yeah.
You're like, I came out in
Are you saying
Yeah.
Tony or Santini or Santonio?
Did your parents not like you? What happened to Dale?
Ferrucci? and I did. I asked him. I said, "Hey, my partner's a big race fan. Will he know who you are?"
Yeah.
He goes, "I think he will."
Yeah, he was involved in that first lap wreck last week and out of the race.
Is that all he's known for?
That's what I'm telling you guys, that's my biggest pet peeve about IndyCar, man. Because they're not like NASCAR where they can wreck and then they can still keep racing, for certain circumstances. IndyCar wrecks and you're just out. You're just out. Your car's destroyed. So it drives me nuts. Like you pay all this money. Well, the worst thing is like drivers. It's the same thing with like UFC fighters, man. They do all this stuff. They've been training for like weeks to get in there and they get their body all ready before the fight. They get mentally prepared. They go into the ring. They do the announcement. They do all the checks. And the guy puts the grease on their face. And then they go in their ring and they dance around to warm up. And Then Michael Buffer's there going, and into this corner. And they do all that. Bell rings, and 10 seconds later, they're knocked the F out. And I just sit there and go, all that work? Even the guy that wins, I'm like, isn't that disappointing?
You'd rather get beat up a little bit before you win?
I'm like, you just went through all of that, and 10 seconds later, you're all, even if it's a minute, you're like, all right. Same
Yeah.
thing. He prepared, did all the qualifying, did all that first race of the year jitters, turn 4 in the first race, and you're out of the race. It's just, you got to be like, all right. You have all these race. You've been planning all week on the race and what you're going to do in certain circumstances, when you're going to pit and all this stuff. And then you're just, all right, well, walk back to the garage. Watch the rest of it.
Head to Old Town.
I'm just saying. I think about that a lot on just how that's got to just be weird.
Yeah.
Just because of the preparation. Well, that's why I feel bad for NFL players when they prepare for it. 6 months, first, second preseason game, they're out for the season.
Right.
Like, I understand the tears in those moments.
Well,
Because
to me,
they've worked their butts off to get to that point.
we just saw the Winter Olympics, and that's where it hits me. Like, usually in the NFL, you tweak an ankle, you do something, you miss a couple games, you still got 13, 14 more opportunities.
Exactly.
Usually. In the Olympics, you slip on the first hill, you slip on the first turn, you slip on the ice when you're speed skating or dancing, and you're done.
You've never fallen once in your career, and then that's the one time you slip.
You're done. Oh, they got 0.00.
Yeah, and you have to wait 4 years for another chance. I know. I think about that all the time. I don't think about the guy that goes 5 rounds and loses, because at least he was in it. He had a shot. He was in it. Now I think about those things. Same thing with the first lap crash, and then you're just like, you remember that pit stop we were talking about doing in lap 17? Yeah, forget that.
Yeah, I've always said, if you're a professional athlete, you're going to have 82 basketball games. It's your decision. Yeah. Usually you're not out for a whole season.
Yeah.
And even if you are, guess what? There's the next season.
Yeah, well,
it's not 4 years from then.
Yeah. But even then, like guys that play half a season, then they're out for the season. I don't feel sorry for them per se, because they got half a season in and just got injured.
Right.
No, it's just all that work. At least you got to expand all that work that you worked on in the off season to get there and first part of the season. But it's just those things. I don't know. I'm weird. I think about that. That would be my absolute nightmare, Dale.
How did Ferrucci do on the Daytona? Or are you talking about the Daytona?
They don't do the Daytona.
Oh, that's NASCAR.
That's NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
No, yep. The first race was the same. They do the Indy race over Memorial Day weekend. He'll be in that.
Well, boy, if you strike up a friendship with them, maybe we can do the show from up there.
Let's do it. I'll tell him. Like we'll support you. AJ Foyt, you need some promotion? We got you, buddy. You going to Indianapolis for a car race? That would shock me.
I've heard it's a great party.
That is true. They have a concert during the race, Dale, in the infield.
Yeah.
Literally. Some well-known singer is up on a stage, and people aren't even watching the race around them. They're watching this concert, and cars are zoom, zoom, zoom.
How big is that racetrack? Is
It's
it like
huge.
2 mile oval or something?
2.5, something like that.
Okay.
It's huge. The infield is, you can fit whole cities in that infield
Right.
and things like that. Unlike here, Phoenix is Phoenix is
Is it?
only a mile oval, so it's really tiny.
Okay.
If it doesn't feel tiny when you're walking it, trust me, I'm going to be walking a lot this weekend. It doesn't feel small when you're walking it. No, it's funny because like when we used to go to California before they closed down the track over there, like I would drive over there and see the California race, and then we'd go to Vegas and we'd do the West Coast swing. And that was a 2-mile track in California. And it would be amazing how I'd be sitting there watching a race, and I'd be on top of a building in the infield, and you still couldn't see parts of the racetrack.
Really?
But they go in front of you. Like here, they pass in front of you, and literally you count to 10, and they're coming back around again, And a 2-mile race, I just remember every time I went there, it'd be like, zoom. Check your phone. Oh, here they come again. And like, cause it's 2 miles.
Okay, so here's a question. What makes for a better IndyCar race? A longer track or a shorter track?
I don't know. We're going to find out this weekend. I'm curious on this. I don't know how enjoyable a 1 mile oval is going to be for these guys, for us to view it.
Okay.
I don't. I just don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I want to see. I've seen long Indy races. I've seen them on street courses and stuff like that. To me, those are interesting. I like the longer ones, like the Indianapolis 500.
Right.
You know, because they can just open up and they just go, and there's more passing opportunities and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see this weekend. I'm curious on this. I got an impression it might be a little boring. Might just be fast cars going in circles. But we'll find out. I'm looking forward to it. Not in my opinion.
I hope Ferrucci wins.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I hope he wins, and you go, "Hey, I'm Dale's friend."
Yeah, he goes, "Who?"
Goes
in the media center. I'll have to introduce myself in front of everybody to ask the question. Hey, Steve McCollum, TME Media. Yes, Verci. Oh, by the way, you met my partner, Dale Hillstraight, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And all the indie media people are going, "Shut up, dude."
No, because he'll go, "Oh, my boy."
I know. Robert says, "Shocked there's no duct tape in IndyCar racing." The speeds they go, the cars are made to explode.
Say that again.
The speeds that they go, the cars are made to explode when you crash them, because it dissipates the energy and it's safer. So, and it's open wheel. So when you like break a wheel, you're breaking like the whole mechanism and everything like that. It's the same thing in NASCAR. You break a wheel, you're pretty much done racing, at that point. So yeah, you ever seen an IndyCar wreck, Dale? They're not. They look ugly, but they're not terrible. But it's safety why it looks that way.
Right.
Because the energy dissipates out as opposed to staying in one spot.
Well, they're in a little cocoon.
Yeah, they're in a cocoon, man. That thing's a safety protection nest there. Yeah,
and they're all under 140 pounds.
Oh, they're tiny people. They're tiny people. Yeah, they have to eat a light breakfast, else they're overweight on the car. Anyway, that'll be a fun weekend. What do you got going on this weekend? Graham have T-ball this weekend?
Graham has T-ball. We have a families getting together to celebrate. I don't know why you celebrate it, but 38 years of marriage for Brooke and I.
Your family still celebrates that?
Wow.
I think if anything, we should get Brooke a therapist.
Wow.
We should get
What
her
about
some help.
me? I don't deserve anything.
No, because you're most of the problem.
Yeah, 38 years, Steve.
All right, going to a nice restaurant?
No, actually, all the families getting together and.
No, that is a great thing. A lot of people don't make it to that, so that's awesome.
Are going to be, we're just going over to Hillary and Scott's house. We're going to grill some steaks and cook some Italian food and hang out. And
what day is this?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay, nothing's going on tonight except for bad sense loss again.
Then tomorrow we got Graham's T-ball game, and we are watching the kids tomorrow night.
That's your reward for 38 years of marriage?
Yeah, 38 years of marriage. No, it's, hey. You ever get a grandkid, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I like that if in the front of that.
Well, you might not, you may be around, you may not be around.
You're going to let that hang.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't.
Maybe you won't.
Maybe I won't. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing, I tell you what, before we go to break here, because there's no good transition here coming up. But we failed to notice yesterday, I'm actually, other than Keith Olbermann, who bashed this gentleman after he died the other day.
I didn't see what he actually said.
Called him a horrible human being and other names like that.
Wow.
Even if you feel that way, man, just shut up.
Wow.
Just shut up. But we're talking about Leo Holtz out there. Lou Holtz. Now, for me growing up, I got to ask Dale here this as well, but for me growing up, 1988, I was 10 years old, 11 years old, 10 years old, whatever it was. And the mighty Notre Dame Fighting Irish come to the Fiesta Bowl. It was such a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
For me and my school and everything like that. Coming in 12-0 to come in for that game. And he was just larger than life, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, at that point in time and stuff to that effect. I have an affinity for Notre Dame because of Lou Holtz and those teams. I make fun of them a lot today because they're not that team. Those teams back then, Notre Dame, they earned the right to be considered a national championship. Today's Notre Dame teams, we just deserve it because we're Notre Dame. It's garbage that what they do today. Lou Holtz earned the right for Notre Dame to have that stamina and stuff like that. My other favorite thing about Lou Holtz is, Dale, and then we'll get into asking you, because you were around in that era, obviously, playing at SMU. My favorite thing about Lou Holtz is, no matter who they played, no matter how good they were, the opponent that they were playing leading up to the game in every press conference was how that team is good and can beat the Notre Dame team this weekend.
Little sister to the poor coming into Notre Dame
Stadium. He would be like, they have a running back he's going to run 700 yards on us this weekend. I don't know how we're going to stop him. And then Notre Dame would go out there and they'd be up 49-0 in the first 3 minutes of the game. And it was the most beautiful, it was the most ridiculous, but also the most beautiful thing you've ever. That part of coaching is gone, and it should be back. Because that is what I remember most about Lou Holtz, besides just his little short man, but he had the presence on the sideline with that thing rolled up in his back pocket and the hat and all that stuff. But that was the most beautiful thing about the man. He could have been playing Dobson High School that weekend, be 12-0 in college football, and he was going to tell you how great we were as Dobson High School coming to face them.
Have you
how we
seen
can beat them.
McCollum come off the bench?
Absolutely. And then they'd be up 700-0 after the first quarter. It was just a beautiful thing. It stuck with me all this time that he was that way. But I mean, he also did things that other people can't do, right? South Carolina, put together a winning record there, which most people can't do on top of it, and stuff to that. But we got to give credit here to Lou Holtz, man, and leaving us this week as well and everything. But just for my youth, I mean, there's nobody bigger in college football in my youth than Lou Holtz was, at least in my eyes.
Right.
From there. Now, let's get the competitor perspective from Dale Hellestrae.
Well, I want to look this up real quick and say something else smart.
Wow, that's tough, man. You put a lot of pressure on me here. Just the way he talked also was just. I love that little. I don't even know what you call it there. The little list.
He had a list
and all that.
He had
stuff.
a list.
And,
yeah.
But my other favorite part of him, because I've seen him in person. That 1988 year, I was able to get close to the team and stuff. Just somebody I knew. Knew somebody at Notre Dame, whatever, and everything. But I was shocked. Like, those Notre Dame guys, that year at least, were just huge guys. Most of them went on to the NFL and did all that stuff. But they're just huge guys. And then you just have this little short guy just rolling around, and they would stop, Dale. These players would stop if Lou Holtz got even in their presence.
Right.
Huge giant men would just get reverent and just stop when Lou Holtz was around them. And you could tell it, you could feel it. It would ooze out there on him, and then that's what I remember. In terms of that side of him, I didn't know him personally or anything to that effect. But what Keith Olbermann said did seem like it would be out of touch. I'm sure he could have been a jerk at times, and maybe he was to a guy like Keith Olbermann. But it's not easy. The one thing I would say though is it is a disservice that they didn't win more championships. Those teams were so good, but back then it took humans to vote you.
So what was interesting about that, I just wanted to make sure because, played against Lou Holtz a couple years when he was the coach at Arkansas.
Okay.
So
that was, he was there till, I want to say 82, 83.
He was 77 to 83. So 81, 82 played against him. He ruined our perfect season. And he really didn't ruin it. We ruined it.
You guys didn't show up and play?
No, well, we tied him.
Yeah. Oh, that was a tie game.
That was a tie game.
Right. Well, you didn't go for two at the end.
We didn't. And we still ruined the day. We drove the ball down, about a 10-play drive, had momentum, about a minute left in the game, and Bobby Collins says, let's kick an extra point.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah, you told that story. The team was mad about it.
Yeah,
Lou Holtz took down the mighty SMU Mustangs.
Well, what was interesting, he went to Notre Dame. He replaced a guy named Jerry Faust,
Yep.
who might have been the darkest days in Notre Dame football history.
Yeah, especially in that era.
a
But it was not a fit.
A former high school coach with no college coaching
It
experience.
was not a fit for a school like Notre Dame.
and my good buddy Kevin Smith
Yeah.
was a graduate assistant when Lou Holtz came in, and he called me and said, "Oh, you should see this guy."
Meaning Lou Holtz?
Yeah. His initial meeting with Notre Dame and the way he directed them and took control and was a no-nonsense guy. He said, whoa.
Yeah.
And obviously he had a lot of success there. I only really knew him from hearing him talk a couple times, which he was super special talking.
Yes.
And
he had a gift.
And I don't want to be, I guess I won't even say it. But anyway,
I'm curious.
no, I mean, his lisp sometimes could distract you a little bit, but he was so good talking, you almost didn't notice it.
It wasn't like you were struck by that.
Yeah.
You were focusing on what he was saying.
Right. And then when you saw him on ESPN with Mark May and they did that, I used to love that. The people that I know who knew him always spoke highly of him.
Yeah.
And
I haven't, until Keith Olbermann said, I've never heard anybody in those circles say anything bad about that.
No. And are you going to listen to Keith Olbermann?
No, I'm not going to.
That guy trying to gain attention and all that.
He's a deranged, bitter old guy for whatever reason. But until that, I was actually shocked when I read it. I wasn't shocked that Keith Olbermann said it, but I was shocked because I haven't heard anybody.
No.
Even people that, because he was a commandeering guy. Like I said, the thing I remember about him, seeing him in that environment, this wasn't out of practice. This wasn't anything. Lou Holtz walked around one of his players, and they stopped. And they were like, coach is here. And to command that type of a deal, like you got a personality, and you're able to do that type of stuff, So
he didn't carry himself like Jimmy Johnson did, but his players reacted to his presence like we reacted when Jimmy was around. And a lot of respect, obviously, had a ton of success, wins the national championship at Notre Dame, kind of restored them as a football power back in the late 80s.
They were dominant every year, man. They were in the mix.
Yep, them in Miami, and I remember some of those knockdown dragouts. And
convicts and, was it Catholics and convicts or whatever?
Yes.
Those battles back in the early 80s.
Yes.
And you're just at SMU going, keep beating each other up so we can win one of these championships, guys.
No, again, the people that I know who know him spoke super highly of him, had a ton of respect for him. And then the little bit that I knew him, met him a couple of times in passing, but to hear him address a crowd was, he spoke, and I mean, everything was quiet.
Yeah, he was the only college coach to lead 6 different programs to bowl games. Only coach to guide 4 different programs to the final top 15 rankings on top of that. But these aren't, he didn't go to he wasn't like Nick Saban. We just went to powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse type of schools, or Urban Meyers.
Right.
Like you said, Arkansas. Wasn't great back then. There was a lull when he got there. Minnesota, he was at for a year on top of it. He had to rebuild Notre Dame because he went in. Folks, go back. Like, everybody thinks from Joe Montana days on, it was like just roses, and Lou Holtz walked into it just a winning situation. That's not what happened.
Right.
At all, right? But even then, going to South Carolina in 1999 to 2004 and had success there as well to that point. It was just an amazing deal. He wasn't he was coach of the Jets, though. College coaches tend to fail when they get to that level.
That wasn't his calling.
But we have to give a tribute here to Lou Holtz. And I wanted to I didn't know, obviously SMU and Notre Dame back in those days, it wasn't like you guys crossed paths very often. No. You didn't do that back then, unless it was a big bowl game or something to that effect. But, it was a fun. But, I mean, he was even here with us, with the 78 Razorbacks and everything, in the Fiesta Bowl. And, He's a lot of my youth is knowing Lou Holtz was in town here in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places, with his teams over the years. So good for him, good for his life. Wish his family. Obviously, Skip Holtz is a coach now as
Right.
well, and stuff to that effect. But a lot of success. Just an old school coach that I don't know if that would work today, but I'd like to see somebody try it.
It's it's a different world out there. Just
But you still get drawn to personalities, though.
yes, but I think once he retired from coaching, he softened a little bit. I think when he was coaching, he was 100 miles an hour straight ahead.
Absolutely.
I mean, he had his guardrails up and had success everywhere he was. Like you said, I mean, he went to Notre Dame, not when Notre Dame had won national championship.
It wasn't like they just won 3 in a row and he's
Yes.
stepping into it because the coach moved on to the pros or something.
Right.
He went in a disastrous situation at that point. So, yeah, good for him. Good for his life. It was good from that perspective. I got to be careful how I phrase that there and everything. But we lost a legend, at least a legend from my youth here as well. And it's just strong memories of him and Notre Dame and that stuff when I was 9, 10 years old, folks. It's crazy.
Yeah, it brings back the memory of those days when, the Nebraskas, the Oklahomas, the Notre Dames, the Miamis, those 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 schools were the dominant programs.
Yeah.
Year in, year out.
Year in, year out. Like I said, that's my main takeaway from the Notre Dame is he made Notre Dame to where every year you talk to him as a national title contender.
Yep.
Because they earned the right to talk about it.
Right.
And he kind of set this up where now Notre Dame, you're Notre Dame, we'll put you in the playoffs if you're in the top 15, no matter what. They get the gifts because it came off of the back of him. He's not the only one. Before him, there was Dan Devine, of course, those Rudy years and everything. But, he's the one that kind of set that up to where now Notre Dame is thought of as that blue blood moving forward and with those games that he had there as well. And
Right.
But like I said, I actually look back at it kind of like I do with your Cowboys and go, man, you guys should have won more. You were that good and everything. But back then in college, it's a little different because, like I said, like that one year where they're like, oh, Penn State, you're a champion. And everybody's like, Penn State doesn't deserve that championship. They're like, yeah, but we're deeming it to you anyway. We voted it that way. 4 guys in a back room with cigars voted it that way. So anyway, I wanted to give a tribute to Lou Holtz and just see if you had any interactions with him back in the day. And you're not mad at him for not recruiting you? Sending you a letter?
No, because he's in Arkansas then.
Can you imagine? Arkansas comes knocking on the door.
Hey, Dale, why don't you come to Little Rock? Huh?
That is interesting because you said you had that friend that was there when he got there, and he kind of just sums up. Those are my thoughts of Lou Holtz, what he was like, and I've talked to people about it, and you just kind of confirmed it as well, just where he walked in there, and it was like, you guys should see this guy. He's going to be good.
Well, it was one of those things where he was the complete antithesis to Jerry Faust.
Yeah.
And because by then, Jerry Faust had kind of lost all credibility.
That was a disastrous time. I don't remember specifics. I just remember Notre Dame fans were just, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
What's going on with him?
I think I'm going to see Coach one more year, so we got to beat him.
Did you play Notre Dame in like the Sun Bowl?
No, I played him in the Aloha Bowl.
Oh, the Aloha
my senior
Bowl.
year was the last college game of my
That
career.
was the Aloha Bowl. That's right.
Burline was the quarterback.
Oh, and then did you give Burline crap at the Cowboys?
Oh,
when
yeah.
you got
Well,
there?
yeah, and also with the Raiders. The year I was with the Raiders.
Forgot he was with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Dale just has horses
Yeah.
all in the locker room around Burline's deal. So we'll take our break here. Come on back. We got a lot to talk about. Baseball talk, NFL talk. Cardinals are starting to make moves. They're going to have nobody on the roster here the rate they're going, Dale. Talk about that.
Who's going to be the quarterback? Steve, I think we should take bets.
I told you. Who? We'll talk about that. I told you it's down to 3. I believe it's down to 2. And I'm going to throw a third guy in there. Kirk Cousins is going to get thrown in there. But I think he'll be the last guy out now moving forward. But we'll talk about it. Come on back. Main event. And we're back here, main event. Woo-wee. Friday, folks. Looking forward to the weekend coming up here. It's going to be exciting for everybody out there. Robert says, my favorite Lou Holtzism. Quote, yeah, and I agree with Robert on this. This is the greatest line ever. Your wife is not your best friend. Your dog is. Lock the two in the back of a trunk. Come back 2 hours later and see which one's happy to see you.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's so great. That's so great. How it goes. Yeah. Thanks for that, Robert. That is an amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not wrong. That's the best part. It kind of goes for everything, though.
Your wife and
Even
something
like
else.
your wife can say your husband or whatever. Well, if your husband's not your best friend, lock him in a trunk. And your dog. See which one's happy to see you.
Keep him in there for a couple hours.
That's so great.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you, sweetie.
Hey, NHL trade deadlines today, Dale. Are you ready? Are you keeping track of it as it goes along, or what?
Any big names?
No, not yet. A bunch of trades have happened in the last week or so, but no big names yet. If there's going to be big names, it's going to be 2 or 3 big names, and it's going to happen today. But it's not something that I'm expecting to happen from everything I've been reading out there as well. But so no, not at all. Let me see here really quick here. I want to say there's been like 10 or 11 trades here coming up here and everything. But I mean, Stamkos is rumored to be on the move today as well. O'Reilly is with Nashville and everything. So there could be some big names.
Okay.
I'm prepared to pronounce this now. Your Mammoth, Dale, the best owner in sports. They're going to make the playoffs.
All I got to say is, boy, you get them at Arizona and look at them.
Well, they're barely going to make the playoffs.
Hey, I don't care.
They're barely going to make it.
I don't care.
Barely going to make it.
Difference in ownership, Steve.
Here's the problem that you've got, though, with a couple NHL teams are playing really well right now and guarding towards 20-something games left in the NHL before the playoffs and trending towards making the playoffs. Detroit and the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres, 14-year playoff drought for them.
Yeah.
That's the longest in the NHL, and it's not even close.
Okay.
Second longest in North American sports. Who's the longer team with the playoff drought than the Buffalo Sabres?
It's got to be a baseball team.
It's actually not.
No. I have no clue.
The Jets.
Really?
Which shocks me because in my mind, this is how time works in my mind, folks. Mark Sanchez and that Jets team was in the playoffs like 5 years ago.
Seems like it, huh?
Yeah, it has not. Mark Sanchez was stabbing people behind an Indianapolis alleyway
2 years ago.
2 years ago, it feels like, right? Or a year and a half ago or whatever it was. But yeah, it's been a long time since the Jets have made the playoffs as well. Yeah. Isn't that fascinating? In my mind, they were just in the playoffs with Rex Ryan just a few years ago. Let me look it up here. I want to say, wasn't it like early? It was early 2000s. What, 2010 was the last time they made the playoffs.
Okay.
That's 16 years. Yeah, but in my mind, that just happened. I was shocked to see that they're the worst there, 16. But what this also does, if the Sabres do make the playoffs, makes the Cardinals get closer to it as well.
Utah Mammoth are the number 1 wild card, Steve.
They are. Best owner in sports, Dale. And only half the fans can see it. Good for them. Half the fans have no clue.
All I can do is point at ownership and say, good ownership wins, bad ownership loses.
It's just ruining my bad ownership talk if they make the playoffs. Yeah. Just ruining it as well. Trade deadline today, 1 p.m. our time here in Phoenix.
Okay.
Coming up here for the NHL. Lionel Messi and the FC Miami visited the White House yesterday as well. They were in town to play DC United. Of course, Miami won the 2025 MLS Cup, Dale. And I was thinking about this because, we don't get into politics here on the show, but there's a lot of backlash anymore on if you go visit the president.
Right.
One side likes you, one side doesn't. What does that mean for international superstars? Because dare I say, Lionel Messi's a bigger name than Donald Trump is, for instance.
Ooh, that would be an interesting poll question.
See what I mean?
Worldwide.
Because Lionel Messi is a worldwide god. I don't think the president of the United States necessarily is.
Well, he's going to be viewed differently. Messi's going to be viewed differently.
But this is my question, though. Do people throw fits if Messi goes and visits the presidents because he's a better commodity, if you will? He's well known. He's more liked. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
Is Messi one of those guys that can get around that political backlash
Possibly.
and then everybody else? Because
possibly.
What's Messi gonna go? Yeah, I slumped and I went to the White House this weekend. That's all I could think about yesterday when I saw he was there. I was just like, that's interesting. How often do international icons get to go to the White House after winning a championship?
Right.
It's got to be one of the first times, right? In terms of the world viewpoints and stuff. So I don't know. That's the stupid
I
stuff.
think Messi will be okay. Somehow, some way, I got through my visit to the White House with Clinton.
Yeah. Did you get a cigar? Did you get a cigar? A cigar? I just had a stroke. Did you get a cigar?
I asked him. I said, "Hey, is Epstein around?"
Come on back, folks. The main event. Dale just keeps giving me bad and worse news as we go along. Second hour main event, Friday edition. Of course, I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and 17-year NFL veteran, Dale Hillestray. Off to the right here. Is he right on your screen? Yeah, he's right on your screen. No, he's left on your screen. To my right. Let's screw it up here on a Friday, folks. As we get through it, don't forget, text us. Folks, I don't know what has just happened to me.
You
but
did have a mini stroke.
Cannot talk all of a sudden, which is damaging when it comes to this job. 623-252-6670. Text us anytime you're watching us, either live here, Robat TV, or on demand, Robat TV, the YouTube page, or, of course, on the free podcasting system. Text us anytime out there. Hit us up on X as well, at TME Sports Show. Anytime we'll see it and happen from there as well. Pit Stop is posted for this week. Of course, we look ahead to Phoenix, look back at COTA last week. The Phoenix racing this weekend is posted on demand right now, Robat TV, on the YouTube page. And also the Pit Stop Talk, if you search for that on your social media or on your your podcast systems, or just search the Pit Stop with Steven. It comes right up for you. Or, of course, the YouTube page out there, Pit Stop for this week as well. Check that out going into this weekend with IndyCar in town. As well. Real Matrix, Dale, you're in this episode. It's the Plandemic episode of the Real Matrix. Going up, posting live or posting on demand, 10 o'clock, as soon as we're done here at Robat TV. At noon, it'll be on the podcast systems, your favorite one, as well as on Rumble for the Real Matrix is where you can find the videos there instead of a YouTube on that perspective and everything. Dale, you going to talk pandemic today, huh?
Well, we did it some other time, but yeah, your boy gets going.
I
your
will
boy
say
gets
this.
going.
I am not one of the guys that believes in what he says and stuff like that. I am not on that level at all.
No.
But the shows have gotten really entertaining at times. Like, it is great. Like, you settled into it a little bit. At the beginning, he was nervous. It took us a few months to get him comfortable and stuff to that effect. And now he's just, hey! And it's actually kind of fun to watch.
Well, what I will tell you is this, is I went into this going, first of all, he can't do a show by himself because all he's doing is yelling and screaming. And I went in with, it basically started because of the pandemic, and how everything was misleading and all that. And then he started doing, he went deep dive.
Yeah.
And when, he says something, it's like, Dave, you're off your rocker. But then when he brings experts into the equation, it just at least makes you think.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. There was one a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was the Fed one, I think. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is and I got done with it, and I was all, the world is against us.
Yeah.
And I had to reset my mind. Like, all right, Steve, settle down. Don't start taking up arms.
Well, the federal bank, or whatever they call it, it's it's not a part of the government, and we borrow money from it as a people, and like what?
Yeah, no, it was great. But look, if that's into your broadcasting, or you just like entertaining and stuff like that, it's something you should catch and watch, and we'd appreciate it as well. I know Dale Wood, he's on it, and everything. We produce it, of course, out there. Look, I got to give a shout out to my new best friend, John Holmberg, out there. Yeah. Fellow Dobson Knight yesterday, shouting me out on the program, and I got all these texts and messages from people listening to that as well, which is a double-edged sword for me, Dale.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because it's like, hey, Holmberg's talking about you. Congratulations. It's great to hear you.
We're also talking about your program.
Yeah, well, exactly. But it's a double-edged sword because I'm literally on air when he's talking. And people are texting me saying Holmberg's talking about me.
Oh. Well, maybe they listen to Holmberg live and then you're...
afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'm literally like, guys, I'm literally doing a show with Lou right now.
How was Lou yesterday?
It was good.
Was he fired up?
He's always fired up. He's ready to go this week. A big UFC fight. Numbered event from Las Vegas, so he's fired up about that.
Was he dressed up as nice for you as he was for what I saw him on? I saw him on a Twitter, a VEASAN hit.
Yeah, we didn't have a talk.
Yeah,
I think the difference is he doesn't go do his work until after our show on Thursday. Whereas with VEASAN, he does it after his work.
Okay.
I think that's the difference.
After he's done some research,
No, after he does his real job work.
Oh, okay.
So he dresses up for that, obviously.
Okay.
Does commercial real estate and stuff. So I think that's kind of the difference. So that's up as well. Uncle Lou as well, for those of you for the UFC weekend coming up here as well. The World Baseball Classic got underway, yesterday. But did you get up at 3 o'clock this morning and watch the Japan destroy Chinese Taipei, Dale?
13-0?
Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet out, go, how come Taipei can win all the Little League World Series, but they're not good?
Somebody really said that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, every World Series in the Little League Baseball, you can watch it on ESPN. Chinese Taipei always is in the final.
People are way too clever sometimes, man, on that side. Yeah, they destroyed them as well earlier.
Well, didn't Ohtani hit a
right off
grand
the bat.
slam?
Yeah. Ohtani doing Ohtani things. He has more home runs in the World Baseball Classic than he does in spring training.
Who cares?
He hasn't been to spring training yet. He's been in Japan training for the WBC.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And the Dodgers, I'm sure, are very worried.
I know. Yeah. The Dodgers aren't hitting in spring training right now without him here. So it's just ridiculous what they're doing. 9 o'clock, you got Cuba, Panama this morning. Netherlands, Venezuela at 10. Mexico, Great Britain at 11. From Houston, that's important to watch because the U.S. is in that bracket specifically. From Puerto Rico at 4 o'clock, you have Puerto Rico and Colombia. Then at 5 o'clock, you got Nicaragua in Dominican Republic from Florida. Then the United States gets it away. This is the best fielded United States team ever this year. They made it to they finished second last time the WBC came in, and this team is better. Pressure's on. You're coming into this as a favorite with Japan for the Americans. It's going to be fascinating to see how they play against Brazil here tonight at 6 p.m. tonight, our time, here from Houston tonight as well. Then you got Chinese Taipei. They get to go back out again at 8 p.m. tonight, our time, after playing 3 a.m. our time, obviously from Tokyo, different time zone.
Right.
Chinese Taipei plays Chechi as well. So the U.S. this weekend plays, it's pretty easy to remember. Today, 8 p.m. Eastern, so 6 p.m. our time, against Brazil. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. against Great Britain. And then they get a day off. Then on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern against Mexico. That'll be a fun game to watch. And then they finish up this pool round on Tuesday, March 10th, 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. Our time as the time changes on Sunday. So it's actually 5 p.m. on Monday there against Mexico. So that's when the U.S. plays here coming up. And really good team. They're expected to go far, and let's see if they live up to the expectations.
Time change on Sunday. The world is right again. 3 hours.
I can't wait.
Earlier than East Coast time.
It's annoying when I do the business show because things that, like right now, I'm used to things happening. You know, we do the show at 7 a.m. now.
Right.
I'm used to things like this morning, the U.S. payrolls report came out at like 7:10 6:50 this morning. Well, starting next week, those reports are going to come out toward the end of the show if I get them on the show at all. So those are the little things I got to get annoyed by. But other than that, it's I enjoy it because just everything's so early.
Yeah.
Literally get home and
no more 9 o'clock
Yes.
starts for the Suns when they
and
play on the West Coast.
Where God intended it, Dale. Only 8 p.m. starts.
Yeah. Oh my goodness
Hey,
gracious!
you brought up the Dodgers. Dodgers are heavy favorites to win their third straight World Series. Now, I used Yahoo here. I didn't look up anywhere else, but they're about the same odds last time I did look. They're plus 225 on BetMGM here, and everybody's about that range for them. They're the shortest preseason title odds since the Yankees in 2003. The Yankees were plus 200 that year as well.
They're going for the third straight.
Yes.
At some point, trying to string those together, things start to happen.
There's a lot of baseball on these guys. And last year, you saw a lot of injuries with them.
Yeah, and they just had so much depth.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
They have the depth. So can I give anti-Dodgers fans some hopes here on going into this season?
Now, is this legitimate hope, or are you just picking up apple out of the water?
I'll let you decide when I'm done telling you this. Just 4 preseason favorites have won it all in this century. The last 26 years, preseason favorite to win the World Series. And by the way, the Dodgers have been preseason favorites multiple times and not won it. Remember those years they were getting knocked out by the Diamondbacks or the Padres, those types of things? So only 4 in 26 years have won it as preseason favorites. That's the good news. That's giving you hope, Dale.
Okay.
The bad news is last 2 years, the Dodgers were the favorites and they actually won it.
I don't care whether you're the NFL, whether you're the NBA, whether you're Major League Baseball. I imagine it'd be same in hockey. You win 2 championships in a row, you go through a lot.
Yeah, well, Florida is doing that this year. They're not good on the hockey ice, and they've won the last 2.
You go through a lot through those 2 years. You play extra games, extra playoff pressure pack games, and the everything starts to kind of stack up on you and against you. And I don't know. I would think this would be a year where the Dodgers might fall a little bit short.
See, and I would agree with you on that, but just, again, their depth. You know, they can literally – Mookie Betts goes out, one of the best fielders in history of baseball. He goes out, they're going to have another guy ready to step
Another Rookie
in.
of the Year candidate.
Exactly. Like, what in the world? That's the only thing that makes you worry a little bit about that going into it and stuff. But, well, it's interesting you brought that up because Michael Jordan is co-owner of the 23XI team in NASCAR. Tyler Reddick's the driver, Bubba Wallace. And Tyler Reddick's won the first 3 races of this year. First time it's happened ever, right, for NASCAR. So that doesn't happen. People win 3 in a row. Last year, Christopher Bell won 3 in a row. So it happens, but not your first 3. Michael Jordan last week, I was looking at a bunch of his comments this week after that win, and he repeatedly said the third one's always the hardest.
Yeah.
He goes, because he's obviously famously 3-peat.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, the third one is by far the hardest. So for this team to win the third one, he goes, it's the hardest one, and this is the one we should be the most proud of is this one.
And
So it's fascinating that you say that, and then that's a guy that's done it also, and able to.
Yeah, and I'm a guy who failed at it, but he got it accomplished.
You said it.
Yeah.
Hey, the best. Even the Chiefs failed at it. So
there's no doubt about that. The thing about racing versus basketball, football, whatever, racing is like a one-day thing.
yes, it's
You're on the track on Sunday, and if you run the best for 3 hours on Sunday, you can win. When you're talking about those team sports, you're talking whether it's 17 games in football, whether it's 82 games in basketball, 162 in baseball. So much can happen.
Well, you always bring up how much. Now you made it to the NFC Championship game the third year, eventually lost it, but to the Niners, right? If I remember correctly, and then you won it the next year. And you always talk about, that third year, how many the team had trolled over. I was thinking about this, and Jordan is reading his comments about just the third win is the hardest. There, do you remember how much the Bulls had turned over by that third year? In that,
Oh yeah,
it was a completely different team.
yeah, yep.
And obviously, it doesn't hurt you have Pippen and Jordan, obviously, but a lot of everybody else, all the role players were different and stuff like that. So it's fascinating to see, and I know it's different than racing and that, but. Just your comments there just made me think about Michael Jordan just talking about.
Me and Michael, we visit.
One.
We visit about winning.
Do you guys talk about it?
We win.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. How many billions have you made since you retired?
I
With your
didn't sign.
ways.
I just missed out on that shoe deal.
You turned down the shoe.
Yeah, I turned it down. I said, "Give me the $25,000." Yeah, I don't need any percentage.
Could you imagine if that happened? How upset you'd be right now.
Yeah, because when you say the turnover, and we went back, this is a while back, so I don't know the exact number, but there's less than 15 guys on the Cowboys who have all 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. Even good players left
yes,
because they went and signed
free
elsewhere.
agency, things
My
just
buddy
happen.
Giesecke went and
he went and took the money. Went and took the money. Your buddy.
I remember asking you that. I said, what would you have done? You're like, oh, taking the money too.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. This is going to sound so stupid. But it's like, yeah, I won 2. I'm going to go get my money now.
Yeah. Hey, nobody at all blamed him.
Yeah.
Just so happy we at least got one without him, so he can't meow about
that's what I think about. Like with
he
Shaq,
was the straw.
That's what I think about, like with Shaq and Kobe. Before Kobe ended up getting a couple more.
Right.
But I'm always like, yeah, you always want to be the one to win.
Oh yeah,
the other guy because that gave you the bragging rights. Yeah.
Little difference between Shaq and Kobe and Hellestray and Giesecke.
A lot of differences. I don't know what. I don't know what differences you're talking about. Geez. But, yeah, so World Baseball Classic underway today and over this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Like, this is different than the Olympics, man. The Olympic hockey team, the men, they were underdogs to win a gold medal.
But they're only underdogs to Canada, right?
Yeah, but they're still underdogs.
Yeah.
The United States men's baseball program. Now, Japan was the leader going into the tournament. I don't know if they still are.
Right.
But they're expected to go and win this. And this is the deepest. This is the best team they've ever put together. So it'll be interesting to see. It's your home country. You're playing in Houston. And I forget where they do the championship games, isn't it? It might be Miami, but don't quote me on that. But you're playing at home too. On top of it. At least there, the U.S. hockey team was in Italy. Now you don't have that pressure on you and stuff. So I'm gonna be fascinated to see how they play. But most importantly, Diamondbacks players come out of it healthy, please. Hey, Ketel Marte, if it's a little breezy that day, just turn to the side a little bit so it doesn't mess you up.
Or say I don't want to play today.
Don't have it on the back. Don't have it on your back for a couple days. Just turn sideways. Please, it would help us out as well as you go through that. So. Brendan Pfaadt, or was it Brendan Pfaadt yesterday? Brendan Pfaadt on the mound yesterday for the Diamondbacks. Pitchers struggled. Your buddy Sewald. I talked about this yesterday after you left. And now it's being reported that Paul Sewald's in the conversation to be the closer of this Diamondbacks team to start the season. He has a 9 ERA, Dale, in spring training. I said yesterday, this is one guy that cannot have a bad spring training because the fans are going to revolt every time he goes onto the mound if he's not pitching well.
The whole thing. I've never understood this, and I've talked to some baseball people how spring training matters to some, and I understand if you're a AAA guy trying to make a roster, it means more.
Pitchers working on a new pitch, so they get lit up because they're throwing it over the plate too much. That is a real thing,
right? So I don't know exactly. I haven't sat down with Torey Lovullo and go, "What are you looking for?"
But that's my argument here. Is you're right. I take that into account.
Right.
But with Sewald, he can't get that leeway like a normal pitcher would. With the way he ended his time here, he cannot go into the season having a 9 ERA in spring training and giving up runs and crap like that.
So you're telling me, like, if Paul Skeens comes out in the spring and has a 10.5 ERA, you're okay with it?
I'm not going to blink twice. No, I'm going to bring it up and we're going to talk about it. But you're going to go, hey, he's got a chance to settle down.
He has a chance.
But Paul Sewald goes in with his 9 ERA. Can you imagine game 1 against the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks have the lead in that first game against the Dodgers? And then he goes, and Paul Sewald comes in. It's a 1-point game, 1-score game, and bases are empty. Nobody's on, and Sewald comes in. You're going to be biting your nails. You're going to be watching every pitch. You're going to be just fretted mess. And then, God forbid, he blows it. Your fan base is going to turn against you. Some guys just don't get the leash, and he's one of them that I don't think should get the leash from the fan base and the Diamondbacks. He's got to figure it out, or else you don't put him out there to pitch. Period. End of story. Unless it's you're losing a 15-0 ball game, and you're like, let's just throw him out there and get some work.
You want to bring the first baseman in, or you want to bring in Sewald?
That's only my point on Sewald is the Diamondbacks fans are very, very loyal and respectful. It's going to turn on you, though, if he does not pitch well. He's the one guy the fan base will not put up with not pitching well. That's all I'm saying. You want that bad mojo going into the season. Ryan Nelson was on the mound yesterday. I knew I was wrong on that. 2.2 2 2/3 innings pitch. Gave up 2 runs. 3 strikeouts for him. He's got a 3.86 ERA. Oh, the world's ending. Ginkel got on the mound yesterday. Well, by the way, he has a 4.5 ERA here in the spring, Dale, as well. 1 inning pitch, gave up 1 earned run. Ryan Thompson gave up 2 runs as well. He's got a 6 ERA here. Dre Jameson got out there. 1 inning for him, gave up a hit. Has a 3 ERA here in the spring as well. So,
honestly, I'm not really concerned about ERAs when these guys are pitching an inning or 2 or whatever. I'm being
facetious on that side and everything, but you're not wrong. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna now their last outings before the season starts. I'm gonna be paying attention to those last outings that they do. But right now, I just don't care. It's way too early. Like you said, they're working on stuff. I told you before. I talked to Cole Hamels. Is who I talked to. I ran into him actually. I think it was Vegas for a NASCAR race one time, and I asked him. I go. You get bored of spring training? He goes, no. He goes, literally every day in spring training. And every time I'm on the mound, I'm working towards stretching out and for that first start of the season. So he was basically, he said to me, I can go out there and give up 20 runs in an inning. He goes, and it doesn't faze me because I'm not concentrating on that. I'm working on me being ready for the start of the season. And spring training doesn't matter. So I don't know if that's still the attitude from guys, especially the way Torey talks. Like we got to get him, we got to have him available in September when we make the playoffs. So I don't know if that's the attitude today. I do know whenever Cole Hamels was really good with the Rangers,
right?
How many years ago that was? 15 years ago or so. I know back then, like he was just like, yeah, I could go out there and suck in every spring training start, and it won't matter because I'm getting ready for that first start,
right?
On stuff and things. So. That you have to take that into account, obviously, as you go through that. Your buddy Lawler went for 3 yesterday, batting .333. Dale,
go ahead with your bad self.
In his outfield, practice. Well, I believe it was a split squad yesterday. Is what I believe happened yesterday. Yesterday might have been the split squad. Maybe today's the split squad. It's spring training. I don't really care, folks. How about that answer?
Could have started off with
that. Dale, your sons, what are you going to do with them?
Well, I tell you what, when you run into that buzzsaw called the Chicago Bulls, I mean, they've been on a tear here lately.
The Bulls did not win a game in the whole month of February, folks. They traded half their players, their good players, at the trade deadline. They had 3 guys. Giddey was out last night. They had 3 contributing players to the Bulls team out last night.
Yep.
Suns never led in this game. Ever. I told you they're in a lull right now in terms of their schedule. I told you yesterday they're not going to win every game. They're going to lose some games. How they lost last night was bad.
Well,
that puts pressure on you on a back-to-back now to win.
Now, I do want to bring up one thing that concerned me from looking at things earlier this morning. I thought this Mark Williams thing was a sore foot.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah,
a sore foot.
2 days ago, Dale, the Suns put out there, Mark Williams has a sore foot.
And we'll miss.
He's out physical. He's just going to miss a couple games. We're going to let him relax. We're going to let him rebuild it. Whatever. That's what they put out 2 days ago.
And now it's going to be evaluated in 2 to 3 weeks?
Dale, he has a broken foot.
I didn't see. I've not seen that.
Yes.
Okay, I just saw evaluate.
He has a broken foot. I'm pulling it up here to get the exact wording on this.
What?
Jordan Knott yesterday said, yeah, he showed up on the day off and his foot hurt. So we sent him in for imaging and, stress fracture in his foot is what we found. So now he's out and being reevaluated 2 to 3 weeks. Did he take a nap and hurt himself?
Fracture his foot?
This would, I don't think this is bad for Mark Williams. I mean, it's bad the way it's come about, but I think he needed the rest out of anybody. And I want to see Malowich, who has a right thumb injury, by the way, that you didn't know about until yesterday when you watched the injury report. But yeah, so he's out after sustaining a stress reaction in the 3rd metatarsal of his left foot.
What's that mean?
He broke his foot.
Well, they just say that.
He has a stress fracture in his foot. So it's probably a small, thing. But is that why he's been struggling lately? He's been playing injured lately? Or he might not have been playing with the stress reaction in the 3rd minute. But did he do it because he was playing? Did it manifest itself to where it eventually went to this point? I do like this. I do like this, though, Dale, because, one, it's happening at the right time. 2 to 3 weeks, get him back, get him ready for the playoffs. Hopefully he comes back to the way he was playing earlier in the season. Oso's going to get more playing time, and I'm sorry, you get Malowich in these games and get him some minutes. You have no excuses now. So I do, if there's a positive here, those are my 2 positives, of 3 positives of Williams going down. But even Ott yesterday, I watched the press conference, and Ott said, yeah, he came in and was sore and was just tired. Well, we'll give you a couple days off. They all seemed surprised that he had a stress reaction in his 3rd metatarsal.
Because he was standing up last night on the bench.
Yeah. So
I don't understand
I'm not a doctor.
That. No.
I want to be clear on this. I'm not a doctor, but I read some things on this. And basically it manifests itself just as like a sore foot. Like there's not a lot of pain. Like it's just an uncomfortable feeling.
Right.
So he can stand, he can walk and all that. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. Like I don't even think he needs a walking boot. It's just lay off of it, which means you can't run up and down the court and jump, obviously.
Maybe that's my problem.
You run up
Maybe I have a
jump?
stress reaction at every part of my body. Maybe that would explain things.
Really quick before we continue on this, Robert says, if you have no closers, isn't everyone being looked at for the job? And yes. But I would eliminate Seawald still from that spot. Another season of no closers for their excuse is, well, we get Puck and Martinez back halfway through the season. That's going to be their excuse about that. The Diamondbacks start to the season is going to be atrocious, folks. Look at their schedule. Tell me where you see a win.
Closer by committee, Steve.
But yeah, so Mark Williams' situation was weird.
Well, that is weird. You know, you look at last night's game. I watched probably a good half of it.
I saw the first half of that.
I
just had no good feeling about that.
I had the second half. I saw the comeback and the almost and the close, but no cigar. And I see Yuki Kamamura running around out there. All 5'7" of him.
Could you see him between the tall people?
All 5'7" of him.
Yeah, you were worried about Nick Richards going off last night.
He's listed at 5'7", 159 pounds.
You didn't factor in the guy nobody knows is on the team.
Jeez Louise.
Here's a serious question I got, though. I see a lot of people talking about this. Jalen Green. People are tired of him. Won the injuries, but while he's been playing, man, he can't get it. People were like, well, he's got to play with Booker and he'll be better. He's not. He's not any better. 5 from 20 from the field last night. His games are this way.
1 of 8 from 3-point.
The game where he hit that game winner shot in double overtime. He was terrible in that game.
Yeah.
You forget about it because he hit the game winning shots. Jalen Green is a talent in this league. Houston Rockets in the regular season, he was good. Playoffs, he disappeared. We're seeing the playoff Jalen Green this year. That's alarming for his talent level that he cannot step up a little bit.
Well, I think
but people are turning on him, Dale.
I think right now you can go down the list and go that none of them are really playing to their potential.
But
I know Booker had 27 points last night, but he's 9 of 21.
Their shooting has not gotten better since Booker's been back.
He had 4 turnovers. Colin Gillespie, 5 points on 1 of 6 shooting.
Yeah.
That used to be his calling card.
That's how he made a name for himself.
You know, and you just look at it and go, my God, Ryan Dunn, 6 points.
They never had the lead last night, Dale.
Against a team that didn't win in the month of February.
3 of their contributing players, after they traded a bunch of them in the trade deadline, were out last night. This was we're not going to win this game, the Bulls, so we're going to just let the Suns have this.
And Colin Sexton made a house call. My goodness gracious.
I'm not going to hit the panic button because they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be the 7th seed at least.
They're going to make the play-in.
But they're going to be the 7th seed at least. But this team has a shooting problem, and this team is not playing they were their way before. Here's my question, though, Dale. Traditionally, Christmas time, some of the better teams start ramping up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But after the All-Star break, everybody comes in, and they're either tank mode or you're in playoff mode, and you're starting to play better get ready for the playoffs. Suns look like they're regressing a little bit here. Are they regressing because now last night they were playing a team that's tanking, but are they regressing because teams are stepping up their type the way they play, and the Suns just can't match it? They capitalized on teams not playing early in the year. That's my question.
To me, the first thing that jumps off the screen to me is the fact that the number one thing I told you the whole first half of the season, more than the first half of the season, was that they were a fun team to watch play. They hustled. They played defense. They moved the basketball. They were fun to watch play basketball. And this last week to 2,
it's been longer than that.
but last week to 2 for sure,
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of the zip in their game is gone.
Yeah.
Like, did all their legs go dead at the same time?
That's why I was hoping for the All-Star break. That's how I know it was longer than 2 weeks. Because I was saying 2 weeks for the All-Star break. They need the All-Star break to get here so they can all just relax and not get off their legs for a little bit and stuff to that effect. No, it's alarming. It's absolutely alarming. Now they built up enough grace to where they're going to make the play-in game. They're going to be fine, and stuff to that effect. I don't think the Warriors can catch them, but if they keep playing like this and losing to teams like the Bulls, they'll do it. So was last night a one-off? But it's not a one-off on how they're playing, and you're right on that. They look like they're playing in cement compared to everybody else, even the bad teams. And that's what's alarming to me. Isolation ball. Is Dylan Brooks the key to this team? Is the kind of the question, right?
Because if they took if they just took care of business, they'd be nipping at the Lakers' heels.
Yeah. In this stretch here of, what is it, 10 games with bad teams or
Yes.
7, and then the Bucks stick their head in there even though they're bad, but they're playing better. You win 8 of these games, you're going to be fighting with the Lakers for that 6th spot.
Or past them.
So that's why it's not panic mode, because I told you they're not going to win every game. They were going to lose to a bad team in this stretch. I don't think they were going to go 8-0 or whatever it would be.
Right.
But that was alarming last night of what happened. And it is alarming out there. So we'll see. We'll see
Uh,
later on. Who they got tonight, Dale?
Well, let's look at the Lakers' schedule.
Oh yeah. Lakers have a harder schedule.
They have Indiana. The Lakers have Indiana, New York, Minnesota, and then that vaunted Chicago team. Then Denver, Houston, back to back.
Yeah. No, the Lakers have a
Houston.
harder schedule.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's time to make hay.
This is the stretch where you can put pressure, and the Lakers will crumble if you put the pressure on them.
They have the New Orleans Pelicans.
It's the Pelicans tonight. And again, I said it yesterday. Suns should beat the Pelicans. They should beat the Pelicans with half their roster out. But I said it yesterday, and they went out and lost. Never led in the game, folks. Never led in the game. It's not like, Dale, they had a big lead, and the Bulls got some spur up their butt and came back and won it with the last-second shot, and you were just shocked. Suns were never – I know they came back, but they were never in this game.
No.
They were never in this game.
Now the Pelicans.
These guys are professionals. They will still play hard, and you got to come out with some remnants of a deal. Not so alarming. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. There's no excuses on the back-to-back deal, though. You sucked last night. You took last night off. You better come out tonight. None of this. Well, we have to rest guys tonight on the second night of a back-to-back. I don't want to hear it. They didn't play last night. Get them out there tonight and have them play hard.
Well, because most of them just played 30 minutes.
No. And then they have the Hornets on Sunday, another winnable game. You got to come out this weekend 2-0. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's see here. So O'Neal played 18 minutes. Iguodala played 36. He's what, 16 years old? Devin Booker played 32. Gillespie played 25, and Jalen Green played 32.
We knew who else was in this game, though. we go to keep going down that list.
Ryan Dunn played 24 minutes. Rasheer Fleming, 11. Malawach played 12.
Why aren't those two guys playing more? Where's Kobe Bryant?
Well, the other thing, and I forgot about this.
You were losing in this game. Why weren't those guys playing?
I took a note of this, which is ridiculous. Free throws, they're 18 of 27.
Yeah. That's
18 of 27, Steve.
They've been sucking at free throws.
It's a free throw.
Just rhythm.
It's the basket's 10 foot high. Free throw line's 15 feet back. Nobody can block your shot.
They make them in practice.
Nobody can blow on you. Nobody can do anything to alter your shot.
Yeah.
Free throw.
Yeah, and they've been terrible at them lately. Yeah. I think we're past. Before I just said this team was tired with injuries and stuff. That I'm starting to think this is more of what this team is. They surprised earlier in the year playing teams that weren't playing hard because they were getting ready for the second half of the season.
And that could very easily be it.
And this team, because they played that hard then, they don't have the legs now. They're kind of tired. They can't play that way now. I think that's what we're running to. I think the team being tired and they can wake out of this, that conversation, if it's not needs to be done, that conversation is almost to the point where it needs to be done. Doesn't mean they're not going to win. Doesn't mean they're not going to do it. But this is going to be the tale of two different teams this year. What we saw in the first half and what we saw in the second half.
Well, and then the other thing I will say is the fact that maybe it's just my eyes. I don't see the same hustle, effort,
It's not there.
fun having on the court. But maybe that's just the other teams playing harder.
That's what I'm wondering.
You know?
Like there's something to be said with if Giddey's out last night for the Bulls and their other two guys are out. There's something to be said that there's a guy on that bench going, I'm going to get some minutes for once. And that guy's going to go out there and play his butt off.
Yeah.
If you don't match that energy, that's why you see big upsets in the NCAA tournament. A team with the number one ranking goes in and goes, playing the 18th seed. We don't have to show up for this. And then the 18th seed's in the game with a minute to go, and they have to pull it out or they lose to them. It's the same concept last night. Then you have the emotional deflation of Williams being out for a couple weeks as well. On top of it, you got Brooks on the bench probably talking about his Thursday night Dale that he's got planned coming up and everything that now we all know about because, gets arrested for a DUI. It's just there's actually something where teams will step up when they don't have players because guys are like, I got to play. Let's go. Like if you put me on a basketball court, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm going to look like I'm doing a lot. I'm just going to be excited to be out there finally. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Suns didn't match that energy last night. They got 2 chances tonight and then, of course, on Sunday as well. But I don't want to hear it's the second night of a back-to-back. I'm tired of that conversation. You took last night off. You better show up tonight. And Jalen Green, I'm not asking you to be Booker. I'm not asking you to be a superstar. But for the love of God, my man, you're a good enough player that you should be expected to be better than where you're playing right now. So figure it out, dude. Isn't it weird, though, how we keep getting these guys with a lot of athleticism and a lot of talent? They get here and they can't play?
Well, let's say Jalen Green. How about no 3-pointers tonight until you make about 5 2-pointers?
Just lob the ball to him and have him go dunk it.
Yeah.
He could do that really, really well as well. Hey, really quick, ASU women's basketball won again yesterday. Of course, they beat U of A in the first game of the tournament. They won yesterday. I think it was Texas Tech. I can't watch this basketball court. It gives me a headache. But ASU ends up getting the win yesterday as well. By golly, they should make the tournament now after those 2 wins. They win one more, and they're definitely in.
By golly.
By golly.
I like that, Steve.
By golly, they're going to get there, Dale. They're going to get into it. At least one ASU team is going to make the tourney. Bobby Hurley is going to be at home telling the movers to move like this.
Ha, 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 ha.
When we come back, let's get into the NFL talk. Cardinals making a lot of moves, Dale. I don't know if they're going to have a team next year. The bigger problem is they're just cutting the people that Monty signed a big contract. It hasn't worked out. Come on back, folks. Let's get into it. And we're back here. Friday edition main event. I don't know why I'm yelling. Dale, got a lot to talk about this week. It's been a traumatic week here. We got pit stops up. I'm going out to NASCAR this weekend and IndyCar. Pit stops up. McCollum Business is up. Just don't look at your 401ks today or the stock market if you have stocks. Again today, it's been a long, trying week here on that. Oil hit $90 a barrel this morning. Fill up your car, Dale, as soon as humanly possible because the prices are going to keep going up here as well, coming that way. And then I don't know what the Arizona Cardinals are doing at all. It's not that I'm not upset that they're cutting these guys. It does make me kind of laugh a little bit. And again, I miss Austin Ford. I apologize for what I have to say about your son.
Now you have to look at her every week.
I do. She sits right behind us. So I have to apologize on air here and just say I apologize. Your son is great, fabulous human being, raising some beautiful children there as well. The kids are in there as well, and his wife and everything and whatnot. But it has to be said, man. They cut Akeem Davis Gaither yesterday. They also cut Bilal Nichols as well. Now, both about just over $5 million on the salary cap, so it frees up, $10, $11 million on the salary cap. But these are two guys that he also overpaid for in the free agent market, just like Jonah Williams, who's been a failure here. It's just not working out, man. Does anybody trust the Cardinals? If they can sign Jesus himself, Dale.
No.
In free agency, and we'll all go, oh, great. He's going to be injured in week 2. This ain't going to work out. Does anybody have faith that anything he does is going to work out? And then, by the way, what he gets bitten by, which is the worst part about it, because you can't control it, injuries are what are taking these guys down. Right. Both of these guys missed a ton of snaps because of injuries. Williams, Jonah missed a ton of snaps because of injuries. You can't plan for that. But it's still, you have to go with the track record. He overpaid for these guys to come here, and now you're cutting him. Period, end of story. That's not a good look.
Remember, until the Cardinals become relevant again, you're always going to have to overpay to get what you deem a good player here. Because that means is he a good player? That means he has more than one opportunity. And so, am I going to go here or am I going to go there? Well, Cardinals, but if they pay me a little more money, maybe I will go there. And that's the reality of the situation.
Yeah. But that's where you can't miss.
A little bit like the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. You can't miss, though.
When they take a big swing, it tends to backfire.
What are you talking about? We went through Montgomery.
Baumgartner.
Baumgartner. Yeah, no, it's just but you can't miss in those scenarios as much as he's missing. His free agent classes, if you look them up, been god-awful horrible. Absolutely horrible. Again, some of that is injury related. You can't plan on that. You're signing these guys. They've been healthy other places. They show up here and they're injured. Some of that's not his fault, but you still have to be judged by it. I was joking around yesterday because Cam Jordan is available. Reportedly, he didn't come out with a deal with the Saints. Played his whole 15-year career with the Saints.
Yeah.
And I put out there and I go, look, I get his age, but bring him home. Bring him home. And the high product, of course.
Yeah, but
But why would he come here?
Between him and Calais Campbell, are they going for the oldest defensive line?
I'm thinking he could fill the Calais Campbell role if Calais doesn't come back. But I know, I get that. I get all that stuff. My bigger point in that was, my underlying point was, Cam's played for the Saints for a lot of years. He's had success with the Saints, obviously. He showed last year he's still got some stuff in his tank. If you're him, though, you're going someplace where you're gonna have a chance to play and win, right?
I don't know. There's something kind of poetic and cool about coming home.
Yeah, I mean, Terrell Suggs did it, and it was a failure.
Yeah, but Tyler, not Tyler. Terrell Suggs. He wanted another paycheck.
Yeah, he was done. He came here for the pay. Yeah, he was done.
And this guy's a little bit different than him.
Jordan showed last year he can still play a lot.
And the thing about Calais is the fact that if he actually only had to do his role this year.
Which brings me to my point. You can't have both these guys on your team because you can cut Calais back and Jordan will take over that spot.
You're saying you can.
You can. Yeah, you just wrote, instead of Calais being out there for 400 snaps,
right? He's
only going to be out there for 200 because you can put a fresh Cam Jordan
because
in there.
I guarantee you that was a plan for Calais last year. Hey, come in. you're gonna play, 30, 40 snaps a game.
They said that when he signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That plan got thrown out at about week 3. And so I think Calais still is a high volume guy.
If I was a team out there and I needed that position, I'd be on the phone with Calais Campbell this year. Hey, do you want to come to here and play? Absolutely. I feel that way about Cam Jordan as well. I just don't know. You're right. Does he just want to come back home? And try to build something here for his hometown team, or does he want to go try to win? You don't know with guys that have been in the league for 15 years what they want to do, and he's played this whole time in New Orleans. It's not like he's moved around a lot,
right?
So, but guys like that too don't always like to just pick up and go to Detroit,
right?
Because they're used to Arizona, they're used to New Orleans.
It's a weird situation because you couldn't argue with him having thoughts either way. Hey, this is either my last year or second to last year. I want to go somewhere where I have a chance to play in the playoffs with a chance to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. Or, you know what? I'd like to play my last year or two at home.
Yeah.
Now, maybe, for all we know, home is now New Orleans.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's
got to be after 15 years. You're super comfortable there. But you know this as well as I do. I mean, you came back to Arizona. Yes. You never really left it, but you always have a soft spot, in this type of a situation with your hometown and Chandler. Imagine what he could do here too, though, if he wants to live here after he retires.
Yes.
Get into high school football, get into coaching, or at least these camp types of stuff that he can get into. And help young kids here in Arizona. There's a soft, and I don't know him at all, but what I have heard about him and everything, obviously, 15, 20 years ago when he was in high school, I was not paying attention to high school sports and stuff like that. But I've heard he's that type of, he's just a down-to-earth, wants to help people go up there. What better way to do it than come back here and help local players do what he did, right? And look up to him and stuff to that effect. I hear he's kind of, I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm just saying I hear he's that type of a guy and stuff like that as well. But I kind of joked around about that yesterday. And everything, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd like to see it. I just say it. Like you went to Buffalo for how many years? 2, 3 years?
4.
Was it 4? 4 years? So you were there for 4 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel at home in Buffalo?
No. Well, come on now. That's a stark contrast.
But my point is here are teams that he's a tied to. Chicago Bears. He could have feel at home in Chicago with their style and stuff like that, like for a couple of years.
But that's
the big difference.
It's the one thing. Obviously, he's made enough money in his career that he's going to live wherever he wants to live.
Yes, that's my point. Detroit.
Yes.
If you're in his position, yes, Detroit's a good team. You don't know anything about Detroit. You've never lived there. You've visited there or whatever, but you've never lived there. You don't know if you're going to like living there for a year or two, right? That's what I'm saying. Those things. I will say this though. The Cardinals would have a hard spot here because I could see Kansas City being on that list because that's a nice place to live. That's an easy place to fit in at. I could see the Niners on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Denver Broncos on the list. West Coast style teams. New Orleans is one type of city, but if you're from Arizona, you can fit in pretty nicely in Denver. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
So I can see those teams being more of where you would go. More
I wonder if that San Francisco power plant thing is going to come into play in free agency.
It has already. Agents came out when that was starting to pop up and said, I have had players say, I'm not going to play in San Francisco because of all that stuff.
Right.
There are players, Dale, that won't stay in certain hotels and cities that teams stay at because it's supposedly haunted. And they refuse to stay in that hotel, so they have to stay in a different hotel. You can't tell me that there's a bunch of players that are like, even if it's not true, I don't even want it in my mind that the power plant's there, So I don't know. Anyway, Cam Jordan's available, and I don't know. I'd like to see him come back home. That'd be fun. Even if it doesn't work out, I'd like to see guys just come back here.
Yeah, but I want him to come back here with a purpose.
Well, no, and he's going to come back with it. He's one of the guys, and he's not Terrell Suggs, who's done. But you offer him money, he's like, I'll come back. And Todd Heap, who didn't want to go into games at the end and stuff like that. And things like that. I don't think he's that way at all.
If you're the Cardinals, those last 2 forays into old guys coming back, does it make you a little gun shy?
Define that, because Calais Campbell worked out. Calais Campbell didn't do anything wrong. Let me put it this way. If they didn't have Calais Campbell, that defense would have been worse.
Boy, that'd be fascinating. To be sitting in his living room having a cocktail and saying, "So, Jordan, what do you think?"
Right? You were around when he was. Were you doing high school back then?
I started about 2003. We figured
So
out.
right at the end. Then.
I wonder what year he left.
Yeah, let me look it up here because I'm trying to remember when he went to college. Here, let me look it up here really quick. I know he was in. I know that's the funny thing. Like I graduated ASU in '99 and in high school in '95. He's not that far behind me.
Because he's played, what, 18 years now?
No, it's 15 years, 16 years in there. Let me look it up here. Excuse us here on this stuff.
Okay.
Here. Go to Wikipedia here.
Hey, Geno Smith's getting released.
Not a surprise. Okay, you brought up the Cardinals quarterback situation. We'll do that while I'm looking this up here.
Yeah.
I want to say he graduated from Chandler. Oh no, it would have been early 2000s. He graduated from Chandler. So when 2000, you were around when he was in high school. He was in the 2011 draft.
So that'd have been 2005, 6 when he was at 7, 8.
Yeah, because I want to say he's about 10 years behind me.
The 2011 draft. That's 4 years of college. Did he go to Oregon?
He
doesn't say there.
No, he went to down south, the Bears, Cal.
Oh, he did.
To Cal. Yeah.
Okay.
He was smart.
Yeah.
He was a brainiac.
So maybe he's smart enough to say, I don't know if I want to put myself through the Cardinals rebuild.
But when you're, but yeah, you know this as well as I do. At the end of your career, he's won in this. He's won in New Orleans. They made it far in the playoffs and stuff like that. Is that a drive for him?
No, I think if a Chicago Bears come calling or Seattle comes calling.
Look, I'm just going off. I'm just thinking about me here.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just thinking about if the Bears or the Detroit called me and I've been in the league for 2011, 15 years, and I'm like, I can go to Chicago, I can go to Detroit, or I can go to the Broncos or the Niners. I'm more comfortable now. I'm more familiar with San Francisco and Broncos than I am Detroit and
right.
stuff. But I am familiar with Chicago. It's just for my lifestyle and stuff like that. I'd rather go Denver or 49ers. That's all I'm saying.
Again, I think that if he's a brainiac, he spent some time in the Bay Area. He knows it's changed a little bit, and he doesn't want to practice next to a power plant.
So what would be an excuse in Denver? You have a new
I
you have a new stadium coming up. I mean, Sean Payton.
I could see Denver very easy.
I just connected it. Sean Payton. Where'd Sean Payton coach at before he was at the Broncos?
Yeah, did you like him though?
That's the question. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You can improve that Broncos defense by bringing him over there, right? That is true because Sean Payton's kind of a hard guy to get along with, no matter who you are out there. So if he was 2011 in the NFL and he was at Cal, you got to assume, right, 4 years, maybe 3 at the most. So
no, 3 at the least.
At least, I mean, so 10, 9, 8. That'd be 2008. If it was just 3 years. So yeah, so Chandler High from like 2002 to 2003 to 2006 type of time frame. So you did overpass him. I know Bruce knows him and
yeah.
And everything with his coverage of him and stuff like that. So, God, he's still playing the league, man. I'm over here stuffing my face with Doritos last night, watching the Suns lose to the Bulls, Dale.
Let's see. He was the class of 2007 from Chandler.
Okay, that's about right, yeah.
17.5 sacks his senior year. ASU couldn't get him.
Yeah, isn't that depressing? You knew he was going to be good too. It wasn't like he was an under the radar kind of a guy at Chandler. He was pretty dominant there as well. But you brought up the quarterback situation. I've told you guys all along, Malik Willis is in the conversation. It's just a matter of you're going to get into a bidding war to get him. I've told you all along, Kirk Cousins, in my eyes, should be in there. So now, with everything else that's happened, to me, the guy least out on the list is Kirk Cousins. Meaning if they end up with Kirk Cousins, it's because they couldn't get the other guys out there From that perspective. I put Jimmy G ahead of Kirk Cousins now in terms of odds to get to the Cardinals.
Really?
So I have Malik Willis. It's just a matter if they want to get in a bidding war for him, which I would recommend you don't. Then it would be Jimmy G. Geno Smith, though, changes it for me a little bit. Would you want Geno Smith here?
No.
At all?
No. By the way, I'm looking at the salaries that Cam Jordan has earned.
Yeah, Cardinal. Yeah, he's gonna have to take a pay cut.
Well, last year, I mean, you look at he made last year $17 million. No, that was. I don't know why this thing isn't moving anymore. But
well, that's why they couldn't come up with a deal with him. Is they obviously the Saints want him to take a pay cut, and he's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, he made $13.9 million last year.
How many sacks last year?
24. I don't have that. 24, 41, 50, 57, 57, 66, plus 17, 76. Yeah, I would say he's right around $100 million he's made in his career.
Yeah. So is money a driving force? Is winning a driving force?
Winning or comfortability?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
And
because like I said, to go to a Detroit, that's how Detroit fans just eating it up. Go get him. To go to Detroit, you're leaving comfortability if you're him.
Why is that? Would you rather play for the Detroit coach or for the Denver coach?
That depends on the previous relation. Me personally, the Detroit coach. I like him way better than stodgy old. I'm better than you, Sean Payton. By the way, 10.5 sacks last year.
Yep. So, in other words, still getting it done.
Yeah, that's my point. $13 million for a guy getting 10.5 sacks. You can pay that. You want to pay that.
Well, what would he come here for is the question.
That's the thing. That's where the comfortability comes in and stuff like that. And I have no idea, but I don't know. Just let me dream, Dale. Just let me dream. You know. Look, if I'm going to sit in that stadium and watch them lose horrifically all season long, at least give me players I can root for.
Are you already telling me they're going to lose? We're only in March.
They don't have a quarterback. Well, they have whoever. What's his name? Brissett. But I mean, other than that, Slovis. We're going to give
Keaton Slovis under
give
contract.
Slovis more playing time this year. But no Geno Smith at all. Like, you're just washing that out completely.
No.
So,
and I'm already hearing people, the offensive line in Vegas was bad, and this is bad, and that's bad. And
to me, Geno Smith needs a head coach in an offensive system that'll work with him. A la Seattle did when he was up there with Pete Carroll and those guys, and revitalized the career. Right now, I see this Cardinals offensive side of things being a staff that's going to mold a quarterback. That's the only reason that would intrigue me. But I'm not going to put him 1 or 2. I don't have Malik Willis wouldn't even be my 1, to be honest with you, with the bidding war. If you get Malik Willis for 2 years, $10 million, sign him tomorrow. Take a chance on that, because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't cost you anything. 2 years, $30 million, or 2 years, $60 million, no interest, unless he works out. Hey, then we'll all look like genius.
And Geno Smith is 35 years old.
I know, but Jimmy G's 35. Kirk Cousins is in the high 30s. So between Cousins, Jimmy G, who doesn't play at all the last couple of years, and Geno Smith, you got to choose one. Which one are you going with?
Talent-wise,
fold the team. Is that what you're about to say?
I know. I mean, talent-wise, I like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Don't like his health.
I like him. I don't like his turnovers.
Geno Smith, no.
Yeah.
Jimmy G, boy, his body should feel good. I mean, all he's done is partied a little bit.
Should be healthy. Likes the
probably buy a townhome in Old Scottsdale
with a lot of X's around it. You know what we mean? It's just I'm not fond of Geno Smith, but as a bridge gap, if you're more Seattle coaching staff with them than you are Raiders coaching staff, then I can understand that. Look, I'll put
Oh,
it this way: the Cardinals picked the worst year to get rid of their quarterback.
or have to get rid of
They
him.
have to get rid of him. The other side is Amari DiMaccardo not tendered an offer, so he is now a free agent as well. Coming up here, that bother you at all?
No,
You don't care?
no. There's so many guys on this team I don't care about. You could go in 3-14 with a bunch of new DeMarcardos.
Cardinals get the NFL Hall of Fame game, the first preseason game of the season. They play the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, Luke Kuechly is going into the Hall of Fame, and Larry Fitzgerald going into the Hall of Fame. So they're going to not play their starters in the first preseason game of the year, Dale, coming up. To start the season.
Congratulations.
The interesting thing here is they also announced, or they're trying to do, as we wrap up here on this Football Friday here, is they're trying to do a joint practice in Green Bay before they play the Packers in preseason in Green Bay coming up here. It makes sense, right? The LaFleur brothers. Hey, come up here, practice, and then we'll
Right.
play the preseason game. All of that stuff. Makes perfect sense, right? How awkward is that going to be for Jonathan Gannon, who's a defensive coordinator of the Packers?
Well, I'm going to tell you, if his feelings come into play, he'll probably like it. He's getting paid money.
No, my bigger point is he gonna be like, practice, dial up the blitz?
Yeah.
Every practice snap is a blitz, out corner blitz.
Hey, just basic defense, all right? No twists, no stunts, no blitzes. House call.
Yeah. Everybody, the four linemen get up and walk backwards, and everybody else is forward.
No hitting the quarterback. Hey, first play, just
Yeah.
take him out.
Yeah, exactly. Just whack that. Just out face mask to the chest there. It's interesting. It makes sense on the LaFleurs, and then you think about it and go, wait, Jonathan Gannon's there.
No, who cares about Jonathan?
It would be
Gannon?
weirder if it was here than it would be there. But still, you know how that is. Owners go to those things and stuff. So Jonathan Gannon's
Hey,
real.
well, that way Michael could just personally deliver his check.
Do you think the Green Bay staff would line up for Michael Bidwell as he walks in? This is an interesting trade, and we'll leave it on this here. Chicago Bears are trading DJ Moore to the Bills.
Yeah. That's a big get for the Bills.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm not a DJ Moore fan. I never have been. He's the type of receiver that when his head's in it, he's fantastic. But his head's out of it more than it's in it.
I think with Josh Allen, they're going to make magic together,
Yeah.
and I think the Bills realize, hey, we got about 3 more years of
That's going to be my
peak.
That's going to be my next point to you.
Yeah.
Man, is this the last ditch effort on the Bills to
Yes.
stay relevant and keep that window open?
Yeah, and no, we got about 3 more peak years of Josh Allen, just like the Rams. They go get the cornerback
Yeah.
from Kansas City. What's his name? I forget.
I forget his name because I'm not thinking about it.
He's
but
a
yes.
Pro Bowler, All Pro
Yes.
kind of guy.
They went and got him.
And they traded first round pick. Well, again, 3 years ago they did this. They were like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Well, they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I also heard somebody talk about their last 10 number 1 draft picks.
Well, who are you talking about now?
The Rams.
The Rams, yes.
They've traded
It's-
9 of them.
It's a lot different than the Cardinals.
They've traded 9 of them for players that have helped them that year.
Yeah.
And the one they took was the Verse kid, the defensive lineman who's turned into a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he's the second coming
Yes.
of what's his name
Yeah,
that retired.
Yes, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Darnold, yeah. So I read this on NFL.com. By the way, Buffalo Bills got DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth-round pick for him. The Bears got a 2026 second-round pick for him.
Doesn't sound like they gave up a whole lot.
The Bears got fleeced in this
Yes,
deal. But that
you
also
think-
tells you the Bears were kind of tired of him.
You wonder.
That's what that tells me.
You wonder.
We just
yeah.
want him off this
Yeah.
team. He doesn't fit in here, whatever type of a thing. The other thing that kind of struck me on this, Dale, and I'll leave this with you as an ex-Cowboy, man, the Cowboys are overpaying for Pickens with that franchise tag. They shouldn't have done that.
They do that. and then they got CeeDee Lamb, and then they got Prescott.
But you could have gotten DJ Moore for a second-round pick, cheaper contract.
Yes. That starts with a 1 instead of a 3.
And you're not paying $27 million for Pickens.
Yeah.
I think this is the other thing I get out of is, dear God, Cowboys, did you just make a horrible mistake by franchising him? I consider Pickens and Moore kind of the same receiver.
Well, and
Good
then,
number twos if their heads are on straight, but there's a lot of drawback to them.
And if anything else tells you about a mediocre team, more so than negotiating with your kicker to make him the highest paid guy.
Arguing with your kicker, not just negotiating with him, getting in an all-out argument with him on what's going to happen and what's not going to happen, and letting it go public.
We're going to make you the highest paid kicker. No. You understand? I want to blow the highest paid kicker out of the water.
Yeah. You go, you know what you say on that deal? You go, oh, I'm sorry. That deal's off the table now. Enjoy your life someplace else. We needed a kicker when we found you. We can find another one.
Yeah, but he is good.
No, he is. He's one of the better ones.
He is really good. But the kicking thing is so fickle.
They lose it quick.
Fickle.
Right? They lose it quick.
Yes. What makes a golfer that stays around so long so special? Yeah. Because golf is a fickle game. All of a sudden, you can't make a 3-foot putt.
Well, I mean, your buddy Max Homa has shown that, man.
Yes.
He was good on the PGA Tour, and all of a sudden, the guy
flying high on the hog
can't make a deal. He's over there at Hohokam over there, having it up after winning tournaments, and now he's fighting to stay on the tour and stuff like that. It goes away. So, everybody have a great weekend.
Steve, you better go home and get a nap.
I do. I need to go get one. Long weekend ahead of me.
On walking. The audience just prepared Monday morning to come in and listen to Steve talking about his blown up ankle, how tired he is, how Ferrucci.
I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like last night, I was like, dude, my ankle's starting to hurt already. And I didn't even take a nap.
How Ferrucci gave him the cold shoulder.
Yeah, well, I won't get mad about that. I don't blame him at that point. I'll just call Dale the liar. When I text that number later, it's going to be some lady going, Lou, come on over.
Just make sure you lead. This is Steve, Dale Hellestray, partner. If you don't drop my name within the first 3 or 4 words,
no, you're going to be the first one.
Erase.
He doesn't know who I am. Yeah. Right. I'm going to be like, you didn't respond to me. He's going to be like, I was in the car.
Hey,
you don't see me waving at you?
Hey, what are you doing? I'm on lap 3.
Text back. I'm on lap 3. What are you doing? Everybody have a great weekend. If you're out there, hit me up. We'll be out there as well. We'll swing by and see you and everything when time permits. We'll see you. Everybody have a great weekend. Dale, you go have fun too.
Sounds good.
Whatever you're doing. For John Holmberg, that stud, my best buddy. Look forward to whatever show I'm doing with you coming up, man. Thanks for announcing that yesterday without getting my approval.
Wow.
Get out of here, everybody. See you later.